It's Pete and it's Duncan, it's Sneedy and it's Mick. We're joined by guests, pass and rock and kick. Volunteers everywhere, we applaud. Holy moly, it's the Cob Pod.
It is the Cob Pod. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, Pete. Pete's dialed in remotely. Where are you, pal? You home?
I'm at home. Yeah.
You're not in Devon?
No, I'm not in Devon. I've got a stinking cold and I didn't want to infect all of you guys. You might be playing rugby at the weekend.
True that.
That'd be no good.
Yeah, true that. How are you, Duncan? Doing okay?
Yeah, doing all right. I think I'm also a little under the weather.
I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice. Yeah, there we go. Well, it's Wednesday the 20th of November. It's a wee bit chilly out.
It's crisp.
Out there. It's crisp. We've just come off the pitch. I think it's about -2 by the time we got off it.
Ooh, lovely.
You know, where I'm from, that's called Wednesday. But it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. We gave a touch. And delighted to get back into everyone's ear holes again.
Yeah.
Because we have got, I'll tell you something, what a programme.
It's a bumper one.
It's a bumper.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with our first, I'm going to say mystery guest, not that mystery because they're dialing in all the way from the internet.
The interweb.
Yeah. And so let's just welcome them in here. And welcome to...
It's my favourite Alexander. not Andy, not Mark, but Vicky.
Vicky Alexander. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm also down with the lurgy, but I'm at home, but not at Peter's home.
Somebody must have brought it on Saturday because we were all here on Saturday.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
So, Vicky, if people who don't know you, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where do you come from?
I'm the famous Mrs. Alexander, Andy Alexander's wife, club legend. Although I think I've probably hung around the club more often than he has.
Well, we didn't see him coaching Diddy's rugby all those years ago.
No, I think he'd scare the kids, to be fair.
It's true.
I think he might.
He scares some of the grown-ups, so...
Give us a sense of your rugby background then, Vicky. You've been playing a while?
Yeah, I'm pretty old. I've played for a long time, all the way from grassroots to... I played Prem rugby in England, but yeah, I think I was born with boots on my feet.
And then who did you play for, Vicky, in the Prem?
So I played for Wasps, dipped my toe in at Richmond for a little bit, and then I was old when I came over here. I was nearly 30. By that standard, I was certainly as a back rower. But then I went down to Guildford to sort of finish off playing rugby before Andy and I decided to have a family, and absolutely loved it. And did what I currently coach, and it's my favourite pastime to convert back rowers to props.
That's it.
Awesome. Guilty,
yeah.
So that's pretty much what I enjoy doing now, is still converting back rows to props, especially those who eat their fairlings. So, yeah.
I tell you, one of the first times that I met you, Vicky, we were still fairly junior coaches, must have been under 7s or under 6s, and we were just trying to show tackling technique, and you said you were going to do a tackle, and I thought, okay, well, I'll put myself up for this one, and you absolutely smoked me, and it was a harsh introduction into Cobham life, but you know, it's been good to know you since.
Oh, wicked. I didn't realise I made that much of an impression on you.
Well, yeah, it's
made a dent.
Yeah,
good. I hear that. So, hold on, you're coaching. Tell me where you're coaching now, what level you're coaching at, because it sounds like you're right into it.
Yeah. I mean, I've coached now for gone on 12 years, and I started coaching at Guildford, where I was playing. And then a few years after that, Cobham had approached me to ask to set up their girls section, which I think I've left behind pretty good legacy. There's quite a number of girls down there playing, which I think is absolutely fabulous. We've got a great alumni that have come out who are either playing in the Prem, enjoying their champ rugby, or even playing elite level rugby. So, there's a good program there. They've got a really good set of coaches, which I think is amazing. And then, I went into men's rugby after that, and thoroughly loving it. And I'm now at Hazelmere, coaching the senior phase, which is why I was at the club last weekend.
And you got roped into refereeing. I saw you out there.
I heard this. How did that happen?
Chris Mel's is a Mel. I think referees are like a dime a dozen at the moment, and you're very lucky if you can get one. But I know with second team rugby, certainly when the first team have a break, it's really difficult to get a referee to come. And when they can't, the boys just don't get game time. And I think, putting the player's hat on, that's the hardest thing about second team rugby is the consistency and always being able to put a game on for the boys who want to play. So I was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll do it.
And Andy played for both teams on Saturday?
Yeah, and he scored for Cobham as well.
Against Hazelmere. So he played half for Hazelmere and then half for Cobham.
Brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. And he set up a try for Cobham with the dirtiest backdoor pass I've ever seen in a long time. So he should have got Dick of the Day for both teams, but he didn't.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Vicky, I feel like you glossed over a wee bit the girls' rugby at Cobham piece, because I think before you, I don't know if there was anything here at all. And maybe I'd like to hear your favourite memory of that whole journey, and if there's something, what else can we do to support girls' rugby at Cobham a bit more?
I think the club is doing a fantastic job, sort of certainly from the committee down. Like there's not part of that club that's not looking at the growth of the seniors, the growth of the minis and juniors, the growth of the girls. I think the club as a whole want the community to buy into the club and be part of the rugby club and vice versa. And I think that's always been the way, certainly since I've been involved at the club. And yeah, I just think the setup that they've got there is a fantastic foundation for the girls to start off their rugby playing careers. There are a number of, through my journey of playing at least, there have been times where we as women, the women's team or the girls' team have always been second best. We don't get the changing rooms, or we have to play at an odd time, or there's no referee, or there's no after-match food. And the club really bought into that early and went, hang on a minute, if there's a fixture on, they get the same. It's just normal. It's a fixture. It doesn't matter about your gender. Fixture's a fixture. Yeah. We provide the same opportunity, the same process. And I think that from the get-go has been the most important thing in probably the success of the girls' rugby, succeeding as it is now. And I think it'll stay that way so long as the club continue to do what I would say is the foundations across all the age groups and all the genders that are playing out of there. But you did ask me about my favourite moment. Yeah. I mean, there are a number of them, but I think there are two that, for me, are probably my best memories of girls rugby at the club. One was when I'd arranged to take the girls section to Belfast for the Women's World Cup on tour.
What?
Absolutely amazing place, Belfast, but taking a bunch of teenage girls to pub-ridden ends of Belfast with parents who also were rugby heads as well was just unbelievable. But on that particular tour, not only did I see Matt Lunn dress up as a nurse in a nurse's absolutely amazing in those legs of his.
Yes.
The players we happened to be having breakfast, and all of the players and all of their parents were sat next to the Black Ferns.
Oh, wow.
And they just breakfast together, and I think that will be one of the memories that those girls will have for a long, long while, is having breakfast when New Zealand won that year. And
Fantastic.
they have, they got to touch the trophy, and I think that would be a fantastic memory.
That's a great trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I think that the second memory that I have, again, it's one that I tell a lot, is the year I took the under-18 girls. We had a full squad that year. It was a big squad. And I took them to Amsterdam on tour. And you think, taking teenage girls to Amsterdam, what on earth are you doing? But it was absolutely fantastic. They were really great hosts over there. And it's not like the girls can get in anywhere. They're pretty strict on the doors in Amsterdam. But just to be able to go and have that freedom and walk around the city, and I think us parents got in later than the girls, but as normal on a tour. But those are the memories that stick with me. It's, yes, the rugby's great, and the legacy and the county rugby and the way the process for the girls, it's the memories of the tours. It's, for me, that's where you cement relationships with those parents. And even though I've left the club as a girls coach, I still have friendships with a lot of the parents. And now the girls are over 18 and they've moved on. They still, oh, what are we doing? Can we come to this? Or they'll ring up and go, hey, when can I come along the sevens circuit with you? I haven't got a team this year. Which I think that's just, I think that's also really good. It keeps the connection going.
Fantastic.
Vicky, can I just ask you, I was looking at the IRB rankings for women's team this morning. So England at the top, Canada number 2. Yeah. How have Canada managed to do that?
Investment. A lot of investment. Yeah. A lot of investment. And that's where, America are coming up. I think, yes, England are quite worthy at the top of the league at the moment. They have played some outstanding rugby and they're very strong. Some countries have had to reform, like New Zealand, for example. A lot of their players retired after the last World Cup, so they're in a new cycle of their player development. And there are countries like America and Canada who have invested a lot of money. And in both countries, they have quite good elite programs through their universities and their colleges. And, I remember even 10, 12 years ago, America was going around colleges for sprinters when they were looking for sevens players. Yeah. And they were going, right, well, you're not good enough for the Olympics squad, but we can take you to the Olympics with sevens.
Right.
Come join rugby. At the end of the day, if you've got the athleticism, rugby's an easy sport to pick up. So, especially at that elite level. And the proof's in the pudding. They've come a long way.
They have, indeed, yeah.
It's great to see.
I'll tell the vets that Vicky said that rugby is an easy sport to pick up.
Yeah, correct.
You
should come watch us on a Wednesday night. No, not maybe 2 of us have picked it up. Vicky, Hazelmere is not the only team you coach. Tell me about your Movember team. I believe that
great show.
That we've got the Funbus going to Farnham next week. I probably won't even see the game. Just the ride there will be enough for me. But Farnham pulled out, and fortunately, you've got a squad that are going to come and play us, and you're going to coach them against us.
Yeah. Well, I've been part of Mo Rugby, which is the Movember rugby charity of Movember charity. Sorry, and we generally do the 7 circuits. We've done a couple of 15s games. We generally do the 7 circuit. This weekend, we've got Mo students who are playing at Richmond, which is going to be a cracker of a game. I would never want to referee them. They run too fast, far too fast.
But none of them are allowed to play next Friday.
No, 35s only. It was after I came back from Edinburgh, and it was an idea that I was having after the Edinburgh Sevens, that we don't have something for the vets. And yes, a lot of men in their early 20s, late teens, early 20s, there are too many of our men dying at that particular age group for, especially for suicide. And it's mental health is really prevalent. We have to make sure we talk about it. But at the other end of the cycle, we've got a lot of men over 35 where prostate cancer is rife, and the mental well-being of our older men is just as important. And I was thinking about, well, how could I incorporate that with Mo Rugby, with the charity, the fundraising that we raise for Movember. And I'm a massive, I play rugby for the Wooden Spoons once a year, and I'm a massive advocate of Vets Rugby. So I was like, well, let's start something with Movember. And it was only because Andy had said to me, the Vets were supposed to be playing at Farnham, but the game's been cancelled. And I was like, oh, well, why don't I put a team together? I reckon between Andy and myself, we know enough men over the age of 35 to put a team together to go and play Cobham. I rang up a few people and was able to secure Farnham Rugby Club. And they've really come to the table, actually. They've donated their club. They've got catering and all the rest of it on. And some of their men who are not doing the walk, they will be involved in our team as well.
That's fantastic. So does that mean that we've lost Andy, who was supposed to turn out for Cobham?
Yes. But my little birdies tell me you've got quite a large squad anyway, and quite a good squad from what I see from the results.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll see next week Friday. But tell me, Vicky, is there a link or is there a website or place that people can go to donate? I think that it's a great cause and genuinely worthwhile to get involved with.
Yeah, you can just go straight onto the Movember page and donate directly to source. For the game on Friday, next Friday, all the players will be donating a $5 to the cause on the day, which I think is pretty.
I'm sure the Cobham players can reciprocate.
I'm sure we can match that. I'm sure of it.
Well, I was told that the desperation of poverty in Cobham that it might not be you guys would do. Which I was going to wave, but anything could help.
Yeah, I was just trying to organise the charcuterie for the bus ride home.
Vicky, listen, that's brilliant. We can't wait for this on the 29th. It'll be great fun. I think the Funbus down to Farnham is full. Thank you to the Braemar All Stars for funding that for us. It'll be great fun, and we'll see how the match goes. I get the sense it won't be as fraught as some of our recent matches.
No, hopefully it's a little bit more competitive. Friday night was a rough one.
Yeah. Vicky, listen, thank you so much for coming on. You can hang about. What you can't see if you're listening on the pod on the train on the way into Waterloo is behind me is the mystery door, and we are recording this pod actually, and we've got a tap at the door. So Vicky, you can, completely up to you, you can hang about for the rest of the pod, or you can go and grab yourself a glass of something for the evening. But thanks very much for joining us.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Vicky.
Cheers. All right, now we do have a knock at the door.
Yeah, we do.
We weren't really expecting this, but should we have a go? All right, let's see who it is.
It's only Gabe Clark.
You're kidding.
Gabe, Pete, you can't see, can you? Sorry, we've lost one of our video feeds. Gabe Clark, who are you? Where'd you come from?
So originally I was a Twickenham lad.
Yep.
Family moved out when I was 18, and I lost track of my club rugby because I was playing at school. Ended up picking up here during Colts. Got my arse beat, loved it.
Yeah.
And decided to stick around for a few more years. Really enjoying it.
And you made your ones debut on Saturday. I was down here to watch.
That was my second, technically.
That was your second.
Oh, was it?
Sorry. I take it all back.
It's all right. Made an emergency appearance against KCS Old Boys, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought that it was your home debut at least.
Home debut, yes.
Home debut. There we go.
Right.
That's fantastic. How'd you get on?
Well, the team played fantastically. We absolutely smashed them, which couldn't ask for a better score. Myself had started a bit slow, but ended up all right, I think. So, I mean, second time on the first team pitch and only 15 minutes to go, I thought I did all right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Didn't do anything too catastrophic.
Okay.
Amazing. Now, for the thousands of listeners we've got, actually, we've had more than 1,000 listeners, by the way, so far.
Wow.
Which is great. You've got one particular characteristic about your playing style that not many people
Gabe's quite tall.
Can see. Tell us about it.
So I was born massive baby, 99th percentile in terms of size, weight, and everything else. But the one thing was I was born without my left arm. I've got a slight extension from my elbow, but apart from that, most of the forearm, and there is no hand left. So I've been playing rugby since I started in I forgot what it's called, but as soon as you can start rugby.
Daddy's, yeah.
That's the one. Dad dropped me off. He was like, "Have fun, son." He got me into it.
Awesome.
Fantastic. And how do you find it?
I don't notice it personally because I've always gotten used to it. I was one of the lucky ones. I didn't lose it. If I'd lost it, it would have been much more difficult. But since I never realised what I'd lost. I found it all right. And to be fair, a couple of the lads on the team always make cracks and stuff. And they say, even though he's not only got one hand, he's got the best hands on the pitch.
I've said that in my head. But we're playing joint touch and stuff before. Same thing.
What do you have to say to those people that call you the worst buffalo drinker in the club?
Oh, especially Murph. I've got a massive problem with Murph. Calls it every time. No, it's fair game. I mean, at university, I had a whole committee meeting in a club with all the rugby seniors. They all sat me down. It was first year, and all these giant, muscular blokes with moustaches at the time sat me down, sat in a circle, and went, "Is it all right if we call you Buffalo?"
Right, that was your nickname. Fantastic.
Buffalo, and then it became One Arm Bandit because I managed to get a couple jackals, and they were like,
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
How was the game on Saturday?
Saturday, we played against Eastbourne at home. I started with a really strong team, and then I ended up coming on for, I think we gave Murph a rest, and then immediately got a yellow card, so we then had to bring him back on. So that was quite entertaining, seeing Murph running off and on. That was highlight of the match for me personally. But it was a great match, I think.
There's quite a big crowd there, Gabe.
Oh, God, yeah.
Quite a big crowd there on Saturday.
Yeah, it was huge, actually. I haven't seen a home crowd that large in quite a minute.
It's nice to have the ex-players lunch before and get all the old boys to stay down.
Fantastic, yeah. Saw some old familiar faces, and I questioned a couple of them. I said, "Why are you not hurt?" And they all blame injuries and stuff, and, I've got that card. I can go, "Well, I'm playing one-handed. What's your excuse?" It's great.
Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. What do you think lies in store for you for the rest of the season?
I mean, I've only just cracked into the firsts, so my hope is that I can stay in that first team, stay on the bench, and hopefully by the end of the season, I'd love to have a start. Just fight my way up. And obviously, there's some fantastic.
That's a good
players.
goal to have.
There's some fantastic players in front of me, and obviously some very good friends of mine as well. So I'm not hoping for an injury or anything. I'm just hoping everyone does their work. But hopefully, I get to that point where they'd rather start me than put me on the bench, and that's what I'm aiming for right now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Favorite position?
Yep. Favorite position. Out of nostalgia and loyalty, I'd have to go loose head. I'm probably the only ever 6'5" loose head you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a sight to see a 6'5" one-arm loose head lining up in the scrum.
Getting pinged for not binding.
My only red card in my career. Yeah.
Do we as a club make enough of this fact that we've got a one-armed rugby player playing first 15 rugby? Because for me, it's unbelievable. Do you not think? I know you don't think you don't want to talk about it, right?
Perhaps. No. I'm open to talking about it.
Do you not think? I think it's an incredible feat.
No, the club's done everything they can to accommodate me. Just a minute ago, Matt helped me get out my bib because I was too cold to get my fingers under it.
Yeah.
But club can't do anything else. I mean, the only thing I'd say do more is post me on social media, get some traction.
Yeah.
Maybe get snuck up by upsetting pints for not doing Buffalo properly or something like that.
Nice.
Well, I mean, you've put the effort in from your end, Gabe, and I don't think there's anything more to be asked of you. So that
exactly
is
my point.
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Well, thank you. No.
So if there's someone online that's just happened upon the Cobham Rugby podcast, Series 2, Episode 5, 6, whatever.
6.
And you've
Well, Gabe,
rugby's the game for you.
Yeah, Gabe really enjoyed watching the England game with me afterwards.
I'm sure he did.
South African fan.
Sure he did.
Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about.
I haven't. I've been in less headlocks during a rugby match playing, but no, it was a good day.
Oh,
I did
fantastic.
enjoy it.
Amazing. Now, Gabe, for coming on the pod, I know we had Podfather Sneed downstairs just grabbing. You get to take a bag of biltong with you, because Mark Pollock today said I could pick up some bags, so I did.
Yep.
Up to you.
Biltong or there's drevors. Drevors, yeah.
You explain the difference. I'm not South African, I'm afraid.
Well, so biltong is sort of cured dried meat. Drevors is effectively like a sausage that's been dried out and a bit more flavored. But so this is effectively dry boerewors, and that's just sliced meat.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
pal.
Thanks, Gabe.
Well done,
Thanks, Gabe.
Great
Good
work.
man.
See you
Good
around.
man.
Lovely stuff. Thank you.
If anybody sees Gabe around, feel free to engage.
Yeah, as long as you buy me a pint first.
There we go.
Right, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, Gabe.
Thanks, pal.
Cheers, Gabe.
Right, Pete. Shall we jump into the Cobham review?
This is the infinite
Cobham
Cobham
review. Cobham review.
I'm not going to say how many pages of notes we've got here, because we've also got shed loads of voice notes from lots of different teams. We've just heard from Gabe and the Ones. Anything more to elaborate on the Ones game? I know you're here.
It was a great game to watch, and the Ones were like in control for the majority of the game, and a couple of things did go their way. I did get a voice note with One's captain and DOTD James Edmondson, but I think that it's you can see Billy's tactics and style coming through. They're a really expensive team. They utilize their pace. Their transitions are so quick, and it's just it's really coming through in terms of how they're playing. And 60 points is a solid effort.
Should we play the voice note?
Yeah, go for it.
Was the first one? Let's try it.
So I'm here with Lippy and DOTD himself, James Edmondson. How was that game, Lippy?
Great game. I think it was a weird first half in that we were scoring all the things we should have had no right to score.
Yeah.
And then everything where we actually put phases of play together and should have scored.
Well,
we seemed to drop or knock on or fluff our lines. So.
Well, speaking of knock-ons, I mean, it was 60-20. 60-20. It could have been 80. James, what happened?
Could have definitely been more. The tricky passes were sticking, but the easy ones were not. 2 easy knock-ons, ball was going wide. Not good.
There was some good ball off the top there, but there was one in the first half where they were through, had a knock-on. You guys fixed it to try under the post. So
that's the thing. I think, like I said, the whole game it felt like we were like picking up points out of things areas we had no right to be picking them up. But that's I think that's a big statement about how this team was starting to play, and with the boys coming back,
great.
that we got back in.
Great result this weekend. Jamo, we'll get you some of that sticky stuff to put on your hands for the next game.
For the hard games, they need to stick. We were let off a few times this time, so
Trinity next week, so make sure you catch them.
That'll be a big game.
Yeah.
Thanks, gents.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, Trinity unbeaten this season.
Okay.
At the top of the table, so that is going to be.
They are top, but a lot of their victories have been really close games. You look at the points for 255 and against 168. I mean, that you have to go all the way down to 8th place KCS to find someone who scored fewer points.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. They've had some very close games. 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. A couple of easier wins, but that's doable. And I think, unfortunately, the weather is going to be foul on Saturday, rain and a howling gale. So I guess that's not going to help us as much, because some of the tries we scored on Saturday, I mean, the handling was just amazing. The one occasion when it looked like the opposition, Eastbourne, were going to score, and one pass went astray. Rory Penfold picked the ball up, went through 3 or 4 pairs of hands, try under the post. Fantastic. So we'll see, but that's winnable. Absolutely winnable, that game.
Class. And hold on, before we just jump on to the twos, one more knock at the door, and this was genuinely unexpected, so let's go. Oh my days. Oh my days.
Cobham,
Who is it?
Cobham legend. It's TC himself.
Oh, right. I can't see anything.
Hey, Pete. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, mate. Thanks. I'm good.
So Tam Cowan, Tango Charlie. Who are you? Where'd you come from?
TC. I'm a local boy. Never played for Cobham before I was vastly too old. I grew up playing for Twickenham, Staines, a few other clubs. And then about 10 years ago, Mark Jones, an actual Cobham legend, said, "Oh, mate, I hear you've hung your boots up. Do you want to just come and have one last game? End of the season game." And then we played Wallingham on the old second team pitch when it was muddy and wet, and they were all massive. And I spent an entire scrum running backwards at number 8, and I went, "Yeah, go on, maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll do one more."
What more could a boy want?
How long ago was that then?
10 years. I have tried to retire 2 or 3 times since then, but you lot keep encouraging me back with beer. So yeah.
Well, there we go. So as a vets man and skipper for the last couple of games, how's the season going?
Yeah. So our former skipper Sneedy, or the real skipper, convinced me to play a 2s game and then proceeded to knock himself out. And then, while slightly concussed, said, "Oh, by the way, mate, you've got to skipper the vets now until I'm back." And he doesn't seem to be coming back.
And then you decided not to play.
I unfortunately had a work function, so I did miss the slight drubbing against Vandals. But no, 2 games. Guildford, epic game. The guys from the off were just on it in a very un-Cobham-like way. From minute 1, they were smashing people, which was brilliant. Sutton again, minute 1, the boys were on it. Defence was incredible against Sutton up until the last 38 seconds where we lost it. But no, it's been a cracking season for the vets. It's been really good fun, and it's good. It's good seeing Duncan run on the pitch. It's always good having Mick on. Yeah, it's good.
Cracking. Favourite memory, pal, over the last 10 years?
Tough choice. Probably. I mean, anything with Kieran is always a happy memory. Jamaica tour.
Yeah, that was good.
Just unbelievable. Nashville tour. Also,
what you can remember of it.
I unfortunately am one of those people that are cursed in that I remember exactly what I did the night before, regardless how much I drink.
Oh, brilliant!
Which is both a blessing and a curse. But no, it was good. Yeah, the tours are incredible. Any other time with Notta was incredible. Players player, I got that a couple of times, and the second time I got it, I was completely didn't expect it, and was quite choked by that, and then put my boots on for another season afterwards. So I think that might have just been a ploy to keep me in.
Noted. So if you ever tell us you're going to stop, we know what to do.
I can't get the Kenny Rogers award because only Kenny Rogers can get that.
Yeah, I don't think you've got an expiry date.
No,
and not with a man of your physique.
Well, we can't be on the same pitch as 58 now, almost 59-year-old Richie Marshall, and at our age, the 3 of us are the same age, so it's we give up 16 years to him. We're going to have to keep it going.
Yeah, and he's also a physical tradesman. Richie is just inspiring.
Yeah.
And great on the pop as well.
Amazing. Teasy, do you want to hang about with us for a wee while? We've got some stuff to read out. I'll flip my laptop around. You can help us read some of it out, depending on how much time you've got.
I can read. That's okay.
You can read.
That's shocking.
Shocking for an army officer. Brilliant. How about the 2s games? So 2s were 29-21. Duncan, you were there, right?
So Hazelmere were unbeaten coming into this game, and I think they were up 21-12 at a point in time. At halftime, and Cobham came back. I think this was when Andy Alexander had swapped sides and played for us. But we eventually won 28-21 in a fantastic game. I think the talking point, which I'll explain, but I did get a voice note with the captain for the day, Blackie, and their DOTD, Corbin Sherrington.
2's played Hazelmere today. I'm here with Blackie, captain, and DOTD, but I'll let him introduce himself and talk about the incident in question. Blackie, how'd that go? You were 21-12 down at half-time, right?
Yes, correct. Really, really big comeback from the boys to score score 4 tries in the second half, win 29-21. An incredible effort. Second half, we just started bringing it to them, fronting up tackles, double hits, pushing them back. It was really strong from the team. And, you know, a big contrast to the twos of old that often would have capitulated being down at half-time. The fact that this is now the second or third time this season where we have been down at half-time and come back to win is so amazing. So proud of the lads.
And do you want to tell us who you are and what you did?
Hi, I am Corbin Sherrington, and don't think it is deserving of Dick of the Day, but we had a dominant maul around their 5 metre, and it was just so quick that I thought, this must be the try line, and I put it down on the 5 metre and presented like you should do, but in fact it was the try line. So I decided to, instead of score the try, present the ball and to do a point as the ball day. I think a bit unfair, but you know.
It was the moment of the match, Corbs.
Oh, was it?
All right, well, enjoyable game. Hazelmere, a bit of a mixed team.
Actually, a really strong team. It was.
They had Andy Alexander play for them in the first half.
He played for us in the first half, and then he, a bit of a turncoat, joined them for the second half. But you know, good to see some of the old.
His wife was reffing, so I guess that helps things along. But a young team today, Corbs.
Young team, yeah. A lot of international players, obviously.
Bit of an Aussie flavour to the team.
Well, it was all right. A lot of young ones, probably average age 19 maybe, which is all right for a twos game.
Yeah. Well, good result. Thanks a lot, gents.
Cheers.
I mean, how brilliant to present over the try line is something special.
Nice. How about we dance into? I know there was a Vets game.
Yes.
We talked briefly about it. We've got a 4-minute voice now. I don't do it. Should we do it?
No, I mean that it's a long voice note, maybe the first bit. But interesting game.
It was great. Whilst I find it on the catalogue of voice notes I've got, why don't we just jump into the mini stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Go for it.
Pete, do you want to start us off with the mini?
Yeah, sure. So the minis were at festivals last Sunday. Many of those listening will know the pleasure and pain of these things, but we also know how much the kids love them. Cobham sent out loads of teams this weekend, so well done to the kids, and thank you to the coaches and those people that organise these things for putting them on. We have even a little match report from Matilda in the under-7.
I liked my festival, I like my passing and scoring, but I just want the other people to pass more. But except that, I liked all of it.
She wouldn't like to play with you, PC, at TC. Yeah.
Are we sure that wasn't Alex?
Oh, that is absolutely brilliant.
Matilda was at Sutton and Epsom. She's sorry to tell you, but she was struggling with the word Epsom, which I think is fair. We also have Sebastian from the under-7s.
I love playing in the under-7s rugby tournament. I love scoring loads of tries and getting a medal. It was really great that Mike Brown was our coach. Our team played really well together and we only lost one match. It was the best day.
So that was... Did you pick up on that?
Did you just say Mike Brown was epic?
Mike Brown is their coach.
Oh, life's tough sometimes.
Coach of the under-7s, so there we go. Should be good under a high ball.
But definitely aggressive in defence.
Yes. Yeah. Most carded under-7 team in the...
And finally, Alfie and Benji, short and to the point.
Don't have that one, mate.
Okay.
How about TC? Take us through the under-12 girls.
Okay, so the under-12 girls welcome local rivals, the Diamonds, to the Memorial Ground for what promised to be a proper tough tussle. The Diamonds are a cluster of Reeds, London Irish and Vandals. A cluster, good term. Cobham and the Diamonds are two of the stronger girls' squads in the area at the moment, and stakes were high. We think both teams have only lost to each other. There have been 2 matches against each other so far this season with 1 win each, and a Cobham team keen to avenge a 5-4 loss a few weeks ago. And I think we've got a voice note from the captain.
That I will try and find shortly. Sorry, we're trying to share a laptop here. Voice note from, this is Addy. Addy, who I've refereed. I've refereed before, which is really good.
So, Addy, you had a game today. Tell me about it.
It was a very tough game against London Irish, Reeds and Vandals. We let in 2 easy tries in the first quarter. In the second quarter, we caught up and we did 2 tries in the first 2 minutes of the quarter, and then we won 6-5.
What do you think changed between the first quarter and the second quarter?
We were a bit sleepy in the first quarter.
A bit sleepy.
Yeah.
Still a bit sleepy.
How was our rucking?
It was terrible.
In the first quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it got better.
It got better. Okay. And who were our players of the day?
Elsie was our coach's player of the day, and Eva was the team's player of the game.
Okay. All in all, it was a good game.
Yes.
Yeah, the girls played very well.
So that was a note from the audibly tired captain, Eddie. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so a great tight win for the girls. Loads to celebrate as well, as lots of work still to be done. Player of the day, Elsie, who was playing up an age group, was a picture of calm at scrum half. Even when the ruck was going backwards. She should probably get used to that playing for Cobham. Also, a massive shout out for the 3 game-changing jackals of the game. Captain Adi, an electric hat-trick from Talia, and about 5 minutes of try-line defence that ultimately won the game. Apparently it was exhausting to watch.
Nice. Duncan, under 12 boys?
The under 12 boys made the short trip to Dorking. They were Dorking in Dorking.
We were.
On a glorious Sunday morning. The weather was matched by the quality of the rugby played by both sides. The Eagles were all action, high line speed defence made up for... What? The Eagles were all action, high line speed defence made up for the weight deficit. Ding! Ding! Between the two teams. Big tackling from Max Ashton, Jake McGlashan, Josh Frazier and Aaron Mace showed the spirit the coaches have come to expect from this team. A charge-down try by Max Ashton channeling his inner Peter Steff, and a superb show-and-go try by Oscar Griver, same as Grant Williams, put the Eagles 2-1 up at half-time. Sadly, Cobham ran out of steam in the second half, something that was predictable, with Dorking making 12 substitutions at half-time. That's an entire squad almost. Yeah. 2 second-half Dorking tries meant the game finished 3-2, with both teams very happy with their efforts. Massively improved rucking and defensive display combined with a positive attitude means that the coach's consensus for the team... means that coach's consensus was for a team player of the match.
A team player of the match.
But everybody gets a prize.
That's it.
Okay. The boys are working on improving the speed of ball from rucks. A special thanks to Lee Clark for pitch side first aid support, and a big shout out to Lee, Vicky and Nikki for doing the first aid training last week. Do you want to talk about the Lions, Mick?
Yes, I actually watched the Lions. Great performance. I'm going to upgrade it from great to phenomenal. The best they've played the whole season. So Seth was our captain. Ran the game really well from fly half, negotiating with the ref. So we had a proper training ref as well. It was really good. Leo was great, good tackles. Barney ball out quickly at the scrum half. Tiam was solid. Monty and Angus carried really well. List goes on. Hugo carried really hard. Tom rucked well. Liam tackled like a nutter, and he bagged 2 tries as well. But I must say, Miles Hill's boy, Samuel, his tackling was the best I have seen by any minis player in any game in my coaching career. It was incredible.
Where does he get that from, Mick?
Not from his dad. It was phenomenal, and that won him
one of life's mysteries.
Yeah, player of the match award. We won 7-3, and a wee special mention actually to Teddy Newman, who turned up at training on Thursday for the first time. He'd never played club rugby before. I think he played for a bit in the school. Got a bit of a taste of it. Turned up, first game, bagged a try on the edge after skipping through a bunch of players. Somewhere I do have a wee voice note from the boys.
Okay.
My name's Henry. We're at Dorking, and we just lost 3-2 to Dorking.
Good, and you were playing for the under
12s.
What was the team name?
Cobham. Eagles.
The Eagles, right? Good. We've got Jake. Who are you, Jake?
I'm Jake, and we just played Dorking and also lost 3-2.
Okay, so you're in the same team as Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got...
Hi, my name is Angus, and I was in the Cobham Lions, so we won, I think it was 7-3, and yeah.
Nice. Talk us through your game, guys. Then how good bits, bad bits?
I think we played.
The rocking was amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But then the passing out of the rock was very slow. So we were rocking really well. Then we were taking forever to pass the ball out, and they'll get set up.
Nice. And then Jake, give me your sense of the game.
They were much bigger than us, so I think we did well to hold our shape and.
Rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Angus, what were your game?
I think we did really well. We scored some great tries. Our rocking was really good. Our hooker, me, was insanely good.
Let's get his dad's modesty.
Yeah, tackling was brilliant. So
tackling was excellent. Samuel Hill was an unbelievable tackle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, best tackler.
We had someone who came out for the first game for Cobham. How did he get on?
Oh, he did really well. He scored a try as well. So got some nice tackles, got into some good rucks. Yeah. Good rocking.
Well done, guys.
Goose.
Quality. It was quality, I must say. Really good. And do you know what? Dorking Rugby Club. Great place. Great bar. Good scran. Good
lovely view. One of the nicest views to play a good game on a Saturday, and then just sit in the bar, have a couple of beers. It's a nice place.
It is. Pete, do you want to take us to the under 13 boys? Maybe just the highlights.
Yeah. Under 13 boys, 2 teams, the Griffins and the Lions, playing at Dorking. The opposition were found to be fast, well drilled, physical and very fit, although it doesn't say they were bigger than us. Sleepy start from the Griffins, 2 quick tries in the first few minutes, and a focus on shape in the back line, and trying to get the forwards to be more mobile around the pitch. So that got Cobham back into the game. Some impressive tackling from Harry R, Bastian V and George L. Unfortunately, a couple of their runs did make it through, leading to a 0-5 deficit. Last 10 minutes were very different. Kept the ball in hands, allowed our backs to slice through the opposition. One notable run by George W. from our try line to within 5 yards of their line gave the team some belief. From then on, Dorking were on the back foot. Ball recycling exceptional. 10 phases at one point, leading to 2 late tries.
Nice.
So moving on, the Lions, very similar story to the Griffins, on the back foot from the start. Smart kicking also put a stop to our quick defensive line. A flurry of tries from the opposition saw us 5-0 down. So they clawed back 2 tries. Congratulations to Frenick and Bastian, not to be read out how many Sebastians play for Cobham. Okay. I think a good sign of things to come. Final score 2-6. However, this team has huge potential. Watch this space. Special mention to Stephen Scott, the ref, who had to ref 2 matches back to the back. Well done, Stephen. Good work, mate. The boys, the Eagles 2, Dorking A 0. Eagles played out of their skins to win by 2 tries to 0 against the Dorking A team, who were unbeaten and have hammered a number of good sides. Dorking beat Farnham 11-0 earlier in the season. Farnham beat us 7-5, so a really, really good result. Well done.
All right. TC, you want to take us through under 14s?
Okay, for the under 14s, it was a pleasure for Chinna to come to Cobham last Sunday. The girls under 14 age groups made up under 14s, under 13s, and Chinna predominantly had under 13 players. But most had played a mixed rugby. and having played 5 15-a-side games already this season, they were in a good opposition and good, ready to go. Although Chinner started well and scored first, the Cobb-Chob alliance then worked well with a good scrum and breakdown dominance, created space which allowed Emily at outside centre a chance to get on the score sheet a couple of times in the first quarter with 2 40-metre run-ins.
Boom.
You can remember what they're like, Duncan.
We'll take them, yeah.
It's my specialty.
One of them a sublime in and out. Maybe she can come and coach us. Emily went on to score 4 tries in total, was a massive asset to the team. There was some powerful pick and goes off the base of the scrum by the number 8. That's what I like to hear, Ruby. Well done. On one occasion, she picked from the base of scrum on the halfway line before being tackled on the opposition 22. There then followed excellent ruck and some crisp passing and interplay before Ruby was passed the ball back again and made a powerful 5-metre dash to score with half the opposition trying to bring her down.
Can I try dreams?
TC scored.
Dreams are made of.
Yes.
Yeah, dreams are made of that.
That's the way forward. The game allowed the team to get some valuable experience with Ava Pettigan on the wing. I'd imagine she is absolutely rapid, having coached her for fitness this year.
Nice.
I mean, she beat most of the vet blokes.
Oh, really?
She is rapid. She's like her dad. She's rapid. And Indy Harrison outside centre.
She must also be quick.
Yeah.
That's a quick pairing.
Yeah.
The pedigree is there. Performing well in only their second 15-a-side game, and also give the opportunity for new players to get some exposure, with Tia B performing well in the row and Neve playing at 9 for the first time. That's a big ask. Chinner came back into the game in quarter 4 when the ref decided on uncontested scrums and we lost some of our go forward. As we were continually mixing the team up by this stage. Final score, Cobb-Chob 40, Chinner 29. Another special mention to Lottie for kicking all of her conversions bar 1, which hit the post, and the player of the match, Jay. Plus special thanks to Kitty, Livy, Nicole and Catherine, who played part of the match for the opposition even the numbers up. And the under-14 boys lost 12-24 to Cranley. There's a voice note.
I think it is. Let's have a wee look.
Hello, I'm Max Sneed. I played number 4 for the Cobham under-14s on Sunday, and today I will be walking you through the match review. So, Cobham hosted Cranley on Sunday in a closely contending friendly match on the Premiership pitch, led by our captain, Thomas Mattison. The squad showed tremendous spirit and skill throughout this evenly matched encounter. On the first half, we dominated the opening 15 minutes with well-organised, expansive rugby. And, you know, despite controlling possession, we couldn't quite convert pressure into points. And Cranley really capitalised on a counter-attack to score first when they just snuck past our right wing. But we responded brilliantly through Ben James's excellent solo try. On the second half, the back and forth continued as Cranley's strong running backs restored their lead. Cobham's forward, however, Thomas Dorman, levelled the scores with a magnificent team effort. However, Cranley clinched victory in the final minutes with a late try. Standout performances, I would say, would go to Jacob Jenkinson and Sydney Cowell, who shared scrum half duties, providing an excellent service. Sam Roberts and Robert Senior controlled play well from fly half, and I'd also give it to the backs, Ben Small, Amari Ogunlai, Alex Schaefer and Nicholas Walker, who showed great attacking flair. And the hooker Noah Seymour made several powerful runs, consistently breaking the defensive line. Some great throw-ins from the line out as well. And our captain, Thomas Matheson, led by example with some fearless tackling throughout. And also, there were some gruesome tackles from the back row Sharples twins. That was awesome. And despite the narrow loss, the team demonstrated remarkable skill, determination and teamwork. Their expansive playing style and resilience against strong opposition bodes well for future fixtures. Final score, Cobham under-14s, 12-24, Cranley. Finally, a big thank you to Pete Harrison and head coach Owen Ashton for reffing that match.
Is that or is that not probably the most articulate person that's been on the pod?
Yeah, I feel like it was under duress though. I feel like Sneedy was standing over him with the flip flop or something.
I kind of think he needs a seat at this table.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great voice for radio.
Isn't it? It really is. Beautifully read and crafted, young Sneed.
you want to get another guest in?
I said, I have just had a wee knock at the door. God, we're running out of time here. Let's have a wee look.
Oh, Knoxy.
It's an Aussie.
Hello, boys.
We're good.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Good.
You buoyed by the results of not only your Cobham team, but your national team as well?
It's been a great week, hasn't it? Pretty happy about it all. Don't want to speak too soon, but I think the Wallabies are back. On top.
Going to win the Lions too.
Yeah, that's it.
They are back. They are back.
Yeah.
Banging.
Yes.
Until...
I just want to be tentative. Don't want to speak too early.
Are you guys playing again this weekend, Australia?
Yeah, we got Scotland this weekend.
Scotland. Okay.
Sunday.
Talk as if I'm playing. Yeah, we got Scotland this weekend and then Ireland the next weekend.
This is a terrible time to be an Englishman at this table with a Scot and an Aussie. I might just take myself out in a sec.
You're okay, TC. So, Knoxy, tell us who you are and what you're doing at Cobham Rugby Club.
So I'm Knox O'Connor, 19 years old. I'm on a gap year this year, working at Box Hill School over in Mickleham, just near Dorking.
Dorking.
Nice. And had a mate, Sammy Meehan, also at the club, who was playing here earlier this year and invited me over for this season, and been so grateful. Club's been so inviting, and yeah, I've really loved it here. It's been awesome addition to the year.
And you, like me, scored your first try for Cobham this weekend.
Yeah, that's it. Bloke ran the ball up, sort of dropped it in front of me, and I picked it up and put it down. So wasn't really too much to it, but
well crafted.
Yeah,
well crafted.
That was good. Well, actually, throughout the week, I hadn't really heard anything from Dad back home, and I got a notification on my phone the morning of the game. Saw a comment from Dad on Cobham Instagram page, just saying maybe Knox O'Connor could get off the mark. Hasn't scored a try this season. So
encouragement.
It's quite good to get one over him.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Great. And how long have we got you for, Knoxy, until you head back?
I don't know. To be honest, I got brought to the front door as if I was going to meet everyone, and now I'm in the podcast. So it's quite good to be thrown into it.
When do you head back to Oz?
Oh, sorry. So
that's cool.
25 days.
25 days.
Three and a half
games.
A few more games, a couple of beers.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's quite weird that it's all coming to an end, but yeah, it'll be such a good way to finish. So yeah, I think 3 more games. Last one will be that Christmas lunch.
Yeah, that's what we said. Is that there's a 3-course meal Christmas lunch before the ones game, and so that's what Knoxy has to eat the 3-course meal and then go.
Also, that means he's available for the final touch session before Christmas.
Oh, the Christmas party,
the traditional grape game.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
You'll like the grape game. I think you'll probably actually. Unfortunately, he'll be really good at it, which is a little unfortunate for everyone else.
People are only good for the first attempt.
Yeah.
So Knoxy,
and you had 4 of your gappy mates play.
Yeah, that was awesome.
On the weekend.
So we were out on the Friday night, not too late, Billy. But we were out on the Friday night.
Nice.
And with a few of our Aussie mates also on Gap, and they we asked them if they wanted to play the next day. And after a few, they were all pretty happy to say yes. So texted Melts, and he let them all in. And I think they played really well actually in the twos. So, and they got the win as well. So yeah, super grateful for that. Pretty cool experience on the weekend.
Class. So Knoxy, go on, stick your money where your mouth is. Sunday, the Aussies on a high. The Scots misfiring. 2 creative teams. What's your bet?
I don't just think we'll win.
Not only will we're going to rub your faces in the mud.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be close, but I think we've just got too much momentum coming into this one. I think the country's behind us.
Yeah.
Don't want to start a fight in here, but no, I think we'll definitely get the win. Actually, yeah. Put my money where my mouth is.
By give us how much?
I'd say 10 to 15 points.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot. That's
it'll be close, and then we'll score one at the end. I think that'll sort of blow it out to that. But yeah. I think
you might have a wee bit too much in your back line. It would be my sense, but nice.
Yeah, you never know.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Might actually post training on Sunday here with the kids because we've got a home game here against Farnham. Might just nestle into a chair in front of the big screen. That's cool. let's tidy a couple of wee things up. A few more results
Yeah.
from the last few games. So it says here, under 15 boys lost 31-44. To who? Don't know. But hard luck, lads.
But they
we'll
lost 31-44 watts.
Yeah, or maybe
something between 31 and 44 something.
Maybe the team was called 44. We can't tell. Duncan, take us to the 16s.
Under 16 boys, 20 versus Pulborough, if that's a real place. Under 16 boys beat Surrey League opponents Pulborough away after being 7-20 down at half time. So that's quite a result.
That's a good comeback.
That is. And the under 18 girls lost 25-38 against Sutton and Epsom. Quick appreciation post. You happy for me to TC get that? You go for it, TC.
I'll go for it. To all the volunteers at Cobham, thank you, but special recognition to Lunny for what he does. He is a legend. So much stuff behind the scenes in every age group, lots not known and hidden from sight, tons of advice, buckets of management guidance, and the time he gives up is just incredible. If you see him around, say thank you, buy him a beer. He's a good guy. Dan Taylor, exhibition 3rd to the 10th of December, with a private viewing by invitation on the 5th of December at 3 Heath Buildings, High Street, Oxshott. Instagram, the artist Dan Taylor.
Nice. And then Pete, I was going to say, that was on your birthday, was the ladies' lunch, wasn't it?
That was my birthday, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Did
Very
you
kind.
know that we've raised over $5,500?
I did.
Yeah.
That's
because I spoke to them.
Well, that's pretty good. So well done to Sally Thomas. Now, hang on a minute. There's a wee line here that says City Lunch. How was it? I'm not sure.
Ask Geoffroy.
Ask Geoffroy and others.
I did not feel bad.
I saw some fairly dreadful
in
photographs on
the
Instagram.
Vets group.
My first City Lunch, Pete, and I can tell you it was a phenomenal event. Thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a great
with
day.
lots of mature and well-mannered behaviour.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I was in Portugal at the weekend, 4 days full on for Roger Chappell's 80th birthday. Now, you probably don't know Roger, but quite a character. I was out there with the Davisons, the whole family, Hornby, the whole family, the Borkwell family, and the Franks family. It was a fairly hefty weekend, believe me. But we got back and escaped on Tuesday. But happy birthday, Roger, if you're listening.
Happy birthday, Roger. We do have the AGM on the 25th, on the Monday, so the Monday after you listen to this, at 7:30. It says no idea how we join online. So it's going to be at the club. I'm pretty sure they'll be sending out links to members.
Yeah, we'll make sure that's on all our platforms and social medias.
Yep. And then the CRFC Christmas lunch on the 14th of December at home against Cornish should be a cracker. That's a terrible joke, but
sorry.
Oh, boo!
Little do's.
Do you want to hear a joke, Mick?
No, thank you. All right.
So if you come along to the Christmas lunch, Knoxy will be doing autographs,
Yes.
which is pretty cool, and you can repay him in beers because it'll be he's flying the next day, so we want to make sure he sleeps well on that flight.
TC, take us through the fixtures coming up this weekend.
Okay, so the girls, the under-12s girls are at home versus Old Reigatians. The boys are at home versus Farnham. Under-14 boys, home versus Old Reigatians. And the under-14 girls, Chob team, are away against Old Reigatians. Under-16 boys, Surrey League, round 5, home versus Roslyn Park.
Punchy.
That'll always be a tasty affair.
Punchy.
That.
Yeah, absolutely.
That will be a good watch. And the girls' cup game away versus London Irish. Again, lovely place to go to. Fine pint of Guinness.
Except that the pitch and the clubhouse are...
It's a significant walk.
It's significant.
Parents, double park before you walk to the pitch because you will need them.
Good choice, yep.
Under 18s, girls, Surrey Cup game at home versus Finchley. And the boys, it's a TBC but tentative against Richmond.
All right. And then we did have a couple of notes from the mailbag.
It's time for the Cobham mailbag.
There we go. Thanks, Hamish. Can the pod hosts please wish Louis Porter a happy birthday today on Wednesday, 20th of November?
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him training with the ones there. I did shout a happy birthday to try and make sure everyone knew.
They were singing happy birthday at the end when I walked in.
We should go downstairs and give him some bumps.
Let's try it. Let's try it. And of course, we've got Trinity away, so top of the table, which will be mega. Talk us through that then, Knoxy. How are you planning for it? Don't give the tactics away.
No, yeah, I'll keep that all pretty close to my chest. But no, we're pretty excited, especially playing it at their place. They haven't lost a game actually this season, so boys are up and about to spoil that. But I don't think they've had any huge wins, so they've just had a bunch of close ones. So yeah, we're pretty confident coming into it, and yeah, no doubt, pretty excited.
The numbers suggest their D is top. They're top notch. So
yeah,
you can unlock that for us.
Yeah, I'll do my best to break it down.
And we've got a bunch of the internationals this weekend. I think they're all on at the club. France, Argentina.
I think that's the game of the weekend.
I think it might well be. Be great.
I thought the Argentines were going to turn over Ireland. I was a little disappointed.
Wasn't far away.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't far away.
Yeah.
And then Saturday 23rd, Ireland, Fiji, Wales, South Africa. Oh dear. And then Italy, New Zealand. And then Sunday 24th, the victorious Scotland versus Australia at 1:40. Hopefully I'll be here. And then, hang on, England v Japan. TC. What's going to happen there?
Eddie Jones.
You're going to see 75 minutes of amazing rugby from England and 5 minutes of every Englishman looking away from the TV and hoping we don't do what we've done the last 3 weeks.
Really good point. That'll do us, chaps.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Pete. Hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sure I will.
TC, thanks for jumping on. Any just I'm going to put you right in the spot. Any words of wisdom?
No, if you can get down and watch the Vets next game, please do. And Vets, remember to sign up Farnborough Funbus. That is the next big one.
But we've already got we've filled the bus.
We might have to put on a second one, Pete.
Pete's good for another.
Get your checkbook.
Get us a bigger bus. Get us a bigger bus.
Knoxy, what about you? Any last thoughts?
So grateful to be on the pod. Thank you so much.
The sarcasm, it hurts us.
Amazing. Duncan, thanks very much, pal. And we'll leave you with a bit of the outro. All right.
Boy.
It's Pete and it's Duncan. It's Snooty and it's Mick. We're joined by guests, past and rock and kick. Volunteers everywhere. We applaud. Holy moly! It's the Car Pod.